Life is very long. T.S. Eliot. Well, I mean, he's given credit for it because he bothered to write it down. He's not the first person to say it. Certainly not the first person to think it or feel it. But he wrote the words down on a sheet of paper and signed it, and the four-eyed prick was a genius. And so now, if you say it, you have to say his name after. Life is very long, T.S. Eliot. Absolutely goddamn right. Well, especially in his case, since he lived to be like, I don't know, 76 or something. It was a very long life, especially in those days. And he wrote it when he was in his 30s. He must have had some inside dope. Ah, well. Give the devil his due. Very few poets could have made it through his trials and come out the other side brilliantined, double-breasted, Anglican. It's not too hard to imagine, faced with Eliot's first wife, the Lovesley Viv, how Hart Crane or John Berryman would have reacted. Just foot race to the nearest bridge. Olympian suicidalist. But not Eliot. Following sufficient years of ecclesiastical guilt, just plop her in the nearest asylum and get on with the day. God almighty. You have to admire the purity of the survivor's instinct. Berryman, the old goat. The world is gradually becoming a place I don't care to be anymore. You know what it says about me? That I have a greater affinity for the damage. Probably nothing good. Yeah, I can admire the hell out of Eliot the poet, but Eliot the person, I don't identify with.
Son of a bitch!
Violet, my wife, takes pills. Sometimes a great many pills. And they affect, well, among other things, her equilibrium. Fortunately, the pills that she takes eliminate her need for equilibrium, so yeah. Falls when she rambles, but she doesn't ramble much. Wife takes pills, and I drink. That's the bargain we've struck. Well, one of the bargains. Just one of the paragraphs of our marriage contract. Oh, covenant. She takes pills and I drink. I don't drink because she takes pills. As to whether she takes pills because I drink, well, I learned long ago not to answer for my wife, so. Anyway, the reasons why we partake are any more inconsequential. The facts are, my wife takes pills and I drink, and those facts have, over time, made burdensome the maintenance of traditional American routines, the cleaning of clothes, the purchasing of goods, the paying of bills, the cleaning of carpets or crappers. Now, rather than once again don the mantle of guilt and vow abstinence with my fingers crossed in the queasy hope of righting our ship, I've chosen to turn my life over to a higher power and join the ranks of the hiring class. It's a decision with which I'm not entirely comfortable. Hell, I know how to launder my dirty undies. I've done it all my life. Well, me or my wife. But finding it's getting in the way of my drinking. Something can be said for sobriety, but very little. That's Berryman again. Well, so now you're here. The house isn't in too bad shape. Well, not yet. I've done pretty well. I've managed. Just last night, I burned an awful lot of debris. You know, simple utility bill can mean so much to a living person, but once they've passed, after they've passed, the words and the numbers become more like otherworldly symbols. It's just paper. Worse than just paper. Oh, geez. Here you go. Here, this is clean.
Thank you.
I apologize for the temperature in here. My wife is cold-blooded, and not just in the metaphorical sense. Now, she doesn't believe in air conditioning, as if it's a thing to be disbelieved.
It's okay, I'm used to it. My daddy was the same way.
I knew Mr. Youngbird, you know.
You knew Daddy?
Yeah, well, a small town. Purchased many a watermelon from his fruit stand. Some summers he used to sell fireworks too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I bought Roman candles for the children. He did pass, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
May I ask from what?
Heart attack. He fell into a flatbed truck full of wine grapes.
Wine grapes in Oklahoma. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
May I ask about the name? Well, he was Youngbird, and you're
Monavata.
Monavata, right?
I went back to the original language.
And does it mean Youngbird?
Yes, sir.
Huh. Taking the name, that was your choice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, cheers.
Av!
By night in the ancient house, immense, black, damned, anonymous.
Av!
Yes?
Did you publish?
What?
Did you?
What, dear?
Oh, God damn it. Did you? Are the police here?
No?
Window? Am I looking out a window? A window!
Can you come here?
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
I didn't know you were entertaining.
No, this is Jonna, the young woman I told you about.
Your tells me's a woman.
Pardon?
Woman? Woman. Oh, man.
Yes, dear, the woman I want to hire to take care of the place.
Oh, you're hiring women's now, the thing. I thought you meant the other woman.
What other woman?
Huh?
I want to hire her to cook and to clean, to take you to the clinic
In
and to
the
the...
interest of civil action, your particular's way of speaking, I thought you meant you had thought a woman to be hired.
I don't understand you.
Hello?
Hello.
Like this.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Violet. What's your name?
Jonna.
Very pretty.
Thank you.
You an Indian?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind?
Cheyenne.
Think I'm pretty?
Yes, ma'am.
Like, whoa!
Careful.
You're the house now. I'm sorry. I took something from my muscular.
Why don't you go back to bed, sweetheart?
Why don't you go fuck a fucking sow's ass?
All right.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll be sweet. I'll be sickeningly sweet. Inebriably sweet. So
I believe I mentioned on the phone that Dr. Burke recommended you. He feels you're qualified to handle the needs of our household.
I have a year toward my nursing certificate from Tulsa Community College. I had to drop out when Daddy died, but I have some experience getting Mom and Grandma through hard times.
Dr. Burke said you've been struggling for work.
I've been cleaning and babysitting.
He did tell you we were looking for a live-in.
Yes, sir.
Well, we keep unusual hours in this house. Try not to differentiate between the night and the day. I doubt whether you'll be able to maintain a healthy routine.
I need the work.
Well, the work itself, pretty mundane. And I myself require very little personal attention. In fact, I thrive without it. I'm like a human cactus. My wife has been diagnosed with a touch of cancer, so she'll need to be driven into Tulsa for her chemotherapy. Feel free to use that American-made behemoth parked in the carport. In fact, feel free to make use of anything, everything. All this garbage we've acquired, our life's work. If you're going to live in this house, I want you to live in this house. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. Yeah, and please, call me Beverly. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have any questions for me?
What kind of cancer does she have?
I didn't say. My God, I nearly neglected the punchline. Mouth cancer.
What pills does she take?
Valium, Vicodin, Darvon, Darvocet, Percodan, Percocet, Xanax for fun, OxyContin in a pinch, some Black Mollies once just to make sure I was still paying attention. Oh, and of course, Dilaudid. I really shouldn't forget Dilaudid. My wife. Violet. Violet, my wife, does not believe she needs treatment for her habit. See, she was down that road once before, came out of it clean as a whistle, and then chose for herself this reality instead. But you were going to ask why she isn't currently seeking treatment, weren't you?
No, sir.
Oh, well, good. Well, then that relieves me. Hang on for a minute. My last refuge, my books. Simple pleasures like finding wild onions by the side of the road or requited love. Yeah, where? There you are. Here you go.
T.S. Eliot.
Yeah. Read it or not, it's not a job requirement. It's just for your personal enjoyment. In fact, feel free to read any of my... What? Here we go round the prickly pear, the prickly pear, the prickly pear. Here we go round prickly pear. Prickly pear.
He's done this before.
I know.
Remember? Just take off. You call nothing. You remember Charlie?
Oh, they've always had troubles.
One time, he just up and left without a word. I told Vi, I said, you pack that son of a bitch's bags. You have him waiting for him on the front porch. And, I always liked your father.
I know.
I always liked your father. You know that. I introduced him and Vi, for God's sake.
You did not introduce them.
The hell I didn't.
You had a date with them and you stood them up and sent your sister instead.
Well, that's an introduction.
I just don't
That's what
think
an
it's accurate
introduction
to call
is.
that.
It was too old for me. And anyway, Violet. Shrinking Violet. Well, She
Nobody
couldn't
ever
get a man
called
on
her
her own.
shrinking violet.
And Charlie and your father always got on real well. Go on fishing trips together.
I know.
But Beverly just took off like that without saying anything. Without a note, even? My first obligation was to look after my sister, don't you know?
You don't have an obligation to do anything.
Oh, I have an obligation to look after my sister.
You're not obliged to get involved in somebody else's marriage.
Not any marriage. Well, when they're married to my big sister, I sure as hell do. Ivy's got sisters. She knows what I mean. Oh, Vi said you pack his bags, you put him on the front porch, you take all those goddamn books he's so fond of, make a big pile in the front yard, have yourself a bonfire. And take all his papers too,
Don't
everything,
burn
throw it
a
all
man's
in.
books.
Will you stop your... You keep contradicting me.
The man's books didn't do anything. His possessions aren't responsible.
She didn't do it, so it doesn't make any
Of
difference.
course she didn't do it.
Let me tell you something, Charlie Aiken. You ever get any ideas of just up and taking off, you better believe that I'm just gonna...
I'm not going
If
anywhere.
you did, you better believe gonna give you 3 days. Get your head straight. Then it's
I'm
all going
not
up in a
going
blaze of glory.
anywhere.
If you did.
I'm not.
Not that Charlie has any books laying around. Don't think I've ever seen Charlie read a book in my life.
Is that a criticism? Does that bother you?
I haven't. What's the last book you read?
Oh, God damn it.
Tell me. Last book you read.
Beverly was a teacher. Teachers read books. I'm in the upholstery business.
You
People in the
can't tell me
upholstery
the
business.
last book you read.
This girl is worried about her daddy's whereabouts. She doesn't need to sit here and listen to us.
I think we're all concerned about Beverly.
And what the hell you needling me for?
He came back, though. They worked it out. Oh, well, he'll come back again. I know he will.
I think this time's different.
I think so, too.
Why?
Well, because back then...
I'm not
you know-
asking you. Why do you think this time is different?
Because I think back then they were trying.
Which is what I was going to say. Was a very complicated man.
Stop saying was.
Well, he was. Is. Very complicated.
Yeah, but in his kind of quiet way.
Kind of like Charles.
Yes, like little Charles, exactly.
He is nothing like little Charles.
Well, she just means in their quiet, complicated sort of ways.
Little Charles isn't complicated.
Well, I
No,
think
little Charles isn't complicated. He's just unemployed.
he's an observer.
And all he observes is the television.
So you can't even see Ivy's point?
Oh,
That little Charles and Beverly share some kind of complication?
oh, honey, you have to be smart to be complicated.
That's our boy. You saying our boy isn't smart?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
What's the matter with you? Your cousin's very smart.
I am sweating. Are you sweating?
Hell yes, I'm sweating. It's 90 degrees in here.
Feel my back.
I don't want to feel your back.
Feel it. Sweat is just dripping down
I
my back.
believe you.
Feel it.
No.
Put your hand
God
here.
damn it.
Sweat is just dripping down my back.
Ivy, let me ask you a question. When did all this start, this business with the shades, taping the shades?
That's been a couple of years now.
Been that long since we've been here?
Do you know its purpose?
Well, you can't tell if it's night or day.
I think that's the purpose.
Oh, no, it just doesn't seem healthy.
Well, it's not. You need sunlight.
Do you know which one of them decided on this?
I don't really see Dad taking the initiative.
Oh, it seems right to me. I don't know about you, but the whole setup is depressing. I mean, a person's environment. What the hell is that? Eric Clapton album? Vi's a Clapton fan? Don't do that.
Your body needs sunlight.
It's nighttime. And this isn't your place. You don't walk into a person's home and start changing things.
And you believe we haven't been here in 2 years?
Well, he said they checked the hospitals and no Beverly.
This is the highway patrol.
No, not the highway patrol, the sheriff's office, the Gilbo boy.
Gilbo. Don't tell me. C.J. Gilbo is the sheriff here now?
Not CJ, his boy Dion.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, he went to school with the girls, Dion did. Ivy, was he in your class?
Barbara's class, I think.
Don't say.
Now?
Oh, C.J. Gilbo was this boy we grew up with. Mean little son of a bitch. Juvenile delinquent.
Well, his boy Dion is the sheriff
Yeah,
now.
his father was the preacher, and you know.
Oh, say no more.
You know how they
Hey,
are.
you remember he went to the penitentiary.
I remember. For killing. What was it?
Boxer.
Yeah, for killing this man's boxer dog.
Well, his boy Dion is the sheriff now. You know, I sent you that subscription to the Pawhuska Journal Capital. Don't you read it?
I don't read it.
Yeah, so you Tulsa big shots could keep up with us small town folk.
No, I don't read it.
Well, if you read it, you would know his boy Dion is the sheriff here now.
What hospitals did they check?
Oh, he rattled off a bunch of them.
Well, what else did he say?
The boat's missing.
Mom?
He sent a patrolman out to the dock to check if anybody'd seen him, and Beverly's pontoon boat is gone.
Oh, no.
No, he said they'd had a couple of boats stolen in the last little while, so he didn't think it necessarily meant anything. Was worried.
Why, do you think Beverly might have loaded the boat onto the trailer and taken it out of there? I mean, if he was going somewhere
No, the
else.
trailer is out back by the shed. I saw it when we pulled up.
Oh, excuse me, dear. Do you mind getting me another beer?
She is not a waitress.
I know that.
Well, then get your own beer.
I'll get it.
Can't believe you. Watching the baseball game, drinking beer. Have any sense of what's going on around you? This situation is fraught.
What am I supposed to sit here like a statue? You're drinking whiskey.
I'm having a cocktail.
You're drinking straight whiskey.
Just show a little class.
I don't think we have to sit here and crying in the dark.
Well, since you got it all figured out, let's party down.
Almighty
Oh, no,
faith.
we'll get that Indian girl to whip up some cheese conies. We'll have a
Cheese
few
coney
friends
sounds good.
over. Does, doesn't it? Smells something cooking. Come with me.
Oh,
Let's see what it is.
What do you need me for? I got the Royals on.
Come with me.
Oh. It's not good news about that boat.
Did you call Barb?
Yes,
When did you call her?
this morning.
What'd she say?
Said she was on her way.
How's she getting here?
She and Bill are coming.
Is she driving?
I doubt it,
Why?
because Boulder's really far.
Is she bringing Jean?
She didn't say.
When did she say she'd be here?
She didn't say. She just said she was on her way.
Oh, what did you tell her?
Well, I told her Dad was missing.
Did you tell her how long he's been
5
missing?
days?
Did you tell her that?
I think so.
So what did she say?
She's on her way.
It's on her way. Was she irritated? Was she amused? God damn it, Ivy, tell me what she said.
She said she was on her way.
You are impassible. God damn your father for putting me through this. For leaving me to handle this. See that desk of his? That mess, all that paperwork, I can't make heads or tails of it. Oh, when he hired this Indian woman a week ago to look after the place for some goddamn reason. And now I have a stranger in my house. I don't know what to say to that girl. What's her name?
Jonna. Her name's Jonna.
You know, he's always paid the bills, he's made the phone calls, and now suddenly I'm supposed to handle it? I mean, you know this house is falling apart. Write something about the basement or the sump pump or the foundation. I can't do this by myself.
Well, I called Karen.
Yeah, and what did she say?
She said she's going to try to get here.
Oh, it should be a big fat help just like you. I need Barb.
No, I don't know what you think Barbara's going to be able to do.
What did you do to your hair?
I had it straightened.
You had it straightened. And why would anybody do that?
I don't know.
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to change.
Oh, you know, you're a pretty girl, Ivy. You are the prettiest of my 3 girls. You always look like such a schlub. Why don't you wear any makeup?
Do I need makeup?
All women need makeup, and don't let anybody tell you different. The only woman pretty enough to do without makeup was Elizabeth Taylor, and she wore a ton. Now just sit up straight.
Mom!
Your shoulders are slumped, your hair's all straight, and you don't wear any makeup. You look like a lesbian. You're a pretty enough girl. You could get a decent man if you spruced up. Yeah, a little bit, that's all I'm saying.
I'm not looking for a man.
You should be. Everybody needs someone.
I'm not looking for a man.
Listen, I know there are a lot of losers out there, but just because you got a bad one doesn't
Barry
mean...
wasn't a loser.
Barry was an asshole. And I warned you from the very beginning, didn't I? I mean, the first time you brought him here, and that ridiculous little electric car, and that stupid orange beard. Oh, yes. And the turban.
It wasn't a turban.
You know, I just don't understand some of the choices you make. You're 43 years old.
44.
44 years old, all right? Maybe you're past the point of having children, and that's okay if you don't want them. But aren't you interested in finding a husband?
A husband? In Pauhusta.
You don't meet people where you live, you meet them where you work. Oh, come on, you work at a college. Don't tell me there aren't people walking through the door of that library every single day.
You want me to marry a student, some 18-year-old boy from one of these hick towns?
Right, they still have teachers at the Tulsa campus, don't they? They did when your father taught there.
Barry was a teacher at TU.
God, yeah, environmental studies. Barry was a loser.
He wasn't a loser.
He dumped you, didn't he? In my mind, that makes him
He
a loser.
didn't dump me. It didn't work out between us.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll get it straight. I'm sorry. But maybe it would have worked out between you if you'd worn some makeup. Jeez. How many is this?
I don't know. I'm not counting. Is your mouth burning?
Oh, like a son of a bitch. My tongue is on fire.
Well, are you supposed to be
Oh,
smoking?
is anybody supposed to smoke?
Mom, you have cancer of the mouth.
Ivy, I have enough to worry about right this very minute without your getting on me about my smoking.
I'm not getting on you.
Just leave it alone.
Mom, are you scared?
Of course I'm scared. And you are a comfort, sweetheart. But thank God one of my daughters stayed close to home. My generation family stayed together.
Oh, that was a different time.
Oh, no kidding. Hey, did you call Maddie Faye?
Mom, Aunt Maddie Faye's already here.
I know that, dummy. Did you call her?
I thought you called her.
Yes, I must have. I don't remember.
Well, you've got a lot on your mind.
You know, she means to come in here and tell me what's what.
I don't know how Uncle Charlie puts up with her.
Oh, he smokes a lot of grass.
He does?
He smokes a lot of grass.
Grass. You say grass?
What do you call it?
Hey, are you into Clapton now?
What?
Eric Clapton. You have an Eric Clapton album.
Oh, I've had that forever.
I've never seen this before.
Got a good beat. I like it. I'm not old, you know.
What's Jean doing?
Smoking.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't encourage that.
I haven't encouraged anything.
No, I don't know. There's just something a little funny about the way you say smoking, like you admire her for getting hooked at 14.
Are you ready for this?
No, no way.
Well, take a second.
God damn, it's hot.
Wimp.
I know it. Colorado spoiled me.
It's one of the reasons we got out of here.
No, it's not.
Suppose your mother's turned on the air conditioner?
You kidding? Remember the parakeets?
The parakeets.
I didn't tell you about the parakeets? She got a parakeet for some insane reason, and the little fucker croaked after about 2 days. So she went to the pet store and raised hell, and they gave her another parakeet. That one died after just one day. So she went back, and they gave her a third parakeet. That one died too. So the chick from the pet store came out here to see just what in hell this serial parakeet killer was doing to bump off these birds.
And?
Well, the heat. It was too hot. They were dying from the heat.
Christ.
And these are tropical birds, right? They live in the fucking tropics. What were these people thinking?
What people?
The jokers who settled this place, the Germans and the Dutch and the Irish. I mean, who was the asshole who saw this flat, hot nothing and planted his flag? I mean, we fucked the Indians for this.
Well, genocide always seems like such a good idea at the time.
Right. You just need a little hindsight.
Well, if you're asking me to explain the creepy character of the Midwest to
Now,
you...
hey, please. This is not the Midwest, all right? Michigan is the Midwest. God knows why. This is the plains, all right? Some state of mind, some spiritual affliction, like the blues.
You okay? Oh, I'm doing fine. Just got the planes.
Don't. What? Is she smoking a fucking
She
cigar?
is coming.
Oh,
Hey, kiddo, you ready?
sure. You're precious. Oh, Lord, I'm having a hot flash. All right, here we go. Mom!
Oh my God, Barbara! Oh, you come here, give me some sugar.
Hi, Aunt Mattie Faye.
Oh, hi, Bill. Oh,
Hi,
look
Mattie
how
Faye.
skinny you are. Oh my goodness, will you look at this one? Come here, give your Aunt Mattie Faye some sugar. Oh,
Hi, Charlie.
you
Oh,
are
Bill,
so
man, you have dropped some weight.
Look at your big boobs. They're so big. Last time I saw you, you looked just like a little boy.
Hello, sweetheart.
Oh, good to see you, Uncle Charlie.
Good to see
Oh,
you
but
too.
this one, she is too much. Come here, Bill. Give me some sugar.
Hello, Maddie
Lovely
Faye.
to see you, dear.
Same here.
Same here.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Mom. I'm
What am
still
I
here.
gonna do? What am I gonna do?
We can talk about that. Look, did you see Bill and Jean?
Oh, hi, Bill.
Hello, Violet. I am so sorry you're going through this.
Oh, I'm just so scared.
Of course you are, poor thing.
Oh, you're too thin.
Oh, hardly.
Oh, yes, you are. Oh, will you look at you?
Look at her boobs.
You've all stared at my tits now.
They're just so darn big.
Maddie Faye.
Oh, aren't you the prettiest thing? Thank you for coming to see me.
No problem.
Oh, Ivy, I didn't see you up there.
It looked crowded.
Oh, God, you look good. Doesn't she look good, Bill?
Yes, she does.
And I love your hair. It just looks great.
Yeah, she had it straight.
I know. It looks great.
Hi, Jean.
Hi.
All right, Barbara or Bill, it doesn't matter. I need one of you to go through Beverly's office and help me with some of that paperwork.
Mom, I was...
Oh, we can do that, Mom. We're
No,
here
no.
for a little while.
Now. No, it's such a mess, and I get so confused.
It's okay, Violet. I'll take care of it.
So, which room are you in?
Oh, we're heading back tonight.
Wait a minute. You're going back tonight?
We have to, Vi. I mean, we left in such a rush. We didn't get anyone to take care of those damn dogs.
You want to drive that hour and a half tonight?
Not the way Charlie drives. And anyway, I know you want to spend some time with these girls.
Can't you call somebody about the dogs or little Charles? How about little Charles? Can he take care of them?
Oh, yeah, Maddie Faye.
No,
maybe
he can't
could.
either. No, we have to get back.
Well, Maddie Faye, we could try.
We talked about this. Now you have all these people here, not enough beds.
Yeah, well,
you
I
could
know.
stay at Ivy's place.
Oh, yeah, sure. You can stay with me.
About this.
You all can figure this out on your own. So, Mom, Jean can stay up in the attic?
No, that's where what's her name lives?
Jonna. Her name's Jonna.
What, who is Jonna?
The Indian who lives in my attic.
The what?
Hi, I'm Jonna. Welcome home.
Saturday morning. That girl, the Indian girl, made us biscuits and gravy, and we ate some, and we walked out the door. That door over there, and that was that.
That was the last time you saw him?
Well, I went to bed Saturday night, and I got up Sunday morning and still no Beverly, but I didn't make much of it. No, I thought he'd gone out on a bender.
Why would he do that? It's not like he couldn't drink here at home unless you were riding his ass.
I never said anything to him about his drinking. I never got on him about it.
Really?
No, Barb, really. He could drink himself into oblivion.
Oblivion.
So Sunday, still no sign of him?
Sunday, no sign, and I started getting worried, don't you know? And that's when I got so worked up about the safety deposit box. No, we kept a lot of cash in that box and some jewelry, expensive jewelry. I had a diamond ring in that box, appraised at over $7,000.
Wait. I'm missing something here. Why do you care about the safety deposit box?
Well, I know what you're going to say, but no, your father and I had an arrangement. If anything were to happen to one of us, the other was to go and empty that safety deposit box.
Because?
Because it all gets rolled into the estate and it all goes to probate.
Right. That's right.
You're such a fucking cynic.
I knew you would disapprove.
Okay, fine. So what about the safety deposit box?
Okay, so I had to wait till Monday to get into the safety deposit box, and after the bank opened and I emptied it, I called the police and reported him missing. Monday morning.
And you're just now calling me today on Thursday?
I didn't call you.
You had Ivy call me 5 days later.
I didn't want to worry you, sweetheart.
Jesus Christ.
Violet, you don't remember an event, some incident that might have triggered his leaving?
Now, you mean like a fight?
Yes.
No. Oh, and we fought enough, you know that, but no, he just left.
Maybe he just needed some time away from you.
Oh, that's nice of you to
Hey,
say.
that's no crime. Being married is hard.
Even under the best of circumstances.
But nothing. No, see you later, or I'm going for a walk. Good old unfathomable dad.
Oh, that man. You know, the first thing I fell in love with was his mystery. I thought it was sexy as hell. You knew he was the smartest one in the room. Knew if he'd just say something, just open his mouth, would knock you out. Just stand there, little smile on his face, not say a word. Oh, sexy.
Yeah, well, that mystery can cut both ways.
You don't remember anything different, anything unusual?
Well, he hired this woman, this Indian. He didn't ask me, just hired her to look after the place a few days before he left.
You don't want her here?
I don't know what she's doing here. I don't know what to say to her. There's a stranger in my house. There's an Indian in my house.
You have some problem with Indians, Violet?
I don't know what to say to an Indian.
They're called Native Americans now, Mom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who calls them that? Who makes that decision?
It's what they like to be called.
Oh, they aren't any more native than me.
In fact, they are.
What's wrong with Indian?
Why is it so hard to just call people what they want?
Oh, well, let's just call the dinosaurs Native Americans while we're at it.
Well, she may be an Indian, but she makes the best goddamn apple pie I ever ate in my life.
It is good, isn't it?
Oh, man.
So he hired a cook. I mean, that makes no sense. We don't eat.
Well, that sounds healthy.
No, we eat. You know, cheese and saltines or a ham sandwich, but I can't tell you the last time that stove turned on. Years.
Now you get biscuits and gravy. Kind of nice, huh?
Yeah, nice for you, now. But you'll be gone soon, never to return.
Mom,
When was the last time you were here?
don't get started on that.
No, really, I don't even remember.
I'm very dutiful, Mom. I call, I write, I send
You
presents.
do not write.
I send presents on birthdays
Oh, yeah,
and
because you're
Mother's Day.
dutiful.
Don't you quote me.
All right now.
You know, you're grown-up people suit up so you go where you want.
I have a lot of obligations. I have a daughter starting high school in a couple of weeks.
Is that right? Last time I saw her, she's grade school.
I won't talk about this.
You know, I don't care about you two, really. I just want to see my granddaughter every now and then.
Well, you're seeing her now.
Your father, you broke his heart when you left.
That is wildly unfair.
Am I going to have to separate you two?
You were Beverly's favorite. You know that. Don't pretend you don't know that.
I don't want to know that. I prefer to think my parents loved all of their children equally.
Yeah, and I'm sure you prefer to think that Santa Claus brought you presents on Christmas. But it just isn't so. You know, if you'd had more than one child, you would have known every parent has a favorite. Mattie Faye was my mother's favorite. Big deal. I got used to it. You were your father's favorite.
Great. Thanks.
Broke.
This.
Wrong there. You never would have gotten Beverly Weston out of Oklahoma. And don't think he didn't have his opportunities either after Meadowlark came out.
I'm sure.
You know, after Meadowlark was published, he had offers from all over the country. Lots better places than Colorado.
So now you want to knock Colorado?
It's not hard
Barbara,
to do.
Jesus.
Daddy's book came out 40 years ago. Academia is very different these days. It's extremely competitive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please. Just tell me all about academia.
Daddy gave me his blessing, and I didn't even ask for it.
Oh, it's what he told you.
Oh! So now you're going to tell me the true story. Some terrible shit Daddy said behind my back?
Everybody's a little on
Beverly
edge.
didn't say terrible things behind your back.
Hi, come on.
He just told me he was disappointed in you because you settled.
Is that supposed to be a comment about Bill? Daddy never said anything about that to you.
Your father thought you had talent as a writer.
If he thought that, and I doubt he did, then he was wrong. Anyway, what difference does it make? It's my life. I can do what I want. So he was disappointed because I settled for a beautiful family and a teaching career. Is that what you're saying? What a load of absolute horseshit.
Oh, horseshit? Horseshit. Let's all say horseshit. Say horseshit, Bill.
Horseshit, Bill.
Are you high?
No,
No. Are you high? I mean, literally, are you taking something?
a muscle relaxer.
Oh, listen to me. I will not go through this with you
Go
again.
through what?
These fucking pills.
They're muscle
No,
relaxers.
I will not do this
I
again.
don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, the calls at 3 a.m., the psych ward, the police.
You're so
all the rest of it.
melodramatic.
No, you do know what I'm talking about. You spent a goddamn fortune on these fucking pills, and then you spent another
Don't
fortune
you
getting off
yell
of
at
them.
me! Not the same thing. I didn't have a reason.
So now it's okay to get hooked because you have a reason.
I'm not hooked on anything.
I don't know if you are or not. I'm just saying
not.
I want.
I'm in pain.
Because of your mouth?
Yes, because my mouth burns like a... I'm in pain.
Are you in a lot of pain?
Yes, I'm in pain. I have got cancer in my mouth. It burns like bullshit, and God, your father's disappeared, and you're yelling at
I'm
me.
not yelling at you.
You couldn't come home when I got cancer. But the minute your father disappears, oh, you come rushing back.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. Do you know where I think he is? I think he got a bottle of whiskey, a carton of cigarettes, and a couple of good spy novels. And I think he got out on the boat, steered it someplace close to shore, a nice shady spot, and he is fishing and reading and drinking and if the mood strikes him, maybe even writing a little. Safe. And I think he will walk through that door anytime.
Hi. Hello.
Am I bugging you?
No, do you need something?
No. Actually, I just thought maybe like to smoke a bowl with me?
No, thank you.
Okay, I didn't know. Am I bugging you because I can...
No.
Well, do you mind if I smoke a bowl? Because there's
it's
no
just-
place else I can go. You know, I'm staying right by my grandmother's room, and if I go outside, they're gonna
Right.
wonder.
Right.
Mom and Dad don't mind. You won't get into trouble or anything.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright. Okay. You know, I say they don't mind, but if they knew that I stuck this bud under the cap of Dad's deodorant before our flight, and then sat there sweating like in that movie, Maria Full of Grace, did you see that?
I don't think so.
Well, I just mean that they don't mind that I smoke pot. Well, Dad doesn't. Mom kinda does. She thinks it's bad for me. I think the real reason it bugs her is because Dad smokes pot too. She wishes he didn't. No, Dad's much cooler than Mom. Really. Oh, actually, that's not true. He's just cooler in that way, I guess.
Yes. No, I'm fine. Thank you.
No, he's really not cooler. And Mom are separated right now.
I'm sorry.
He's fucking one of his students, which is pretty uncool if you ask me. I mean, some people would think that's cool, like those dicks who teach with him in the humanities department, because they're all fucking their students, or wish they were fucking their students. Lolita. Wow. I don't care and all. He can fuck whoever he wants, and that's who teachers meet. He was just a turd the way he went about it. Didn't even give Mom a chance to respond or anything. And what sucks now is that she's watching me like a hawk, like she's afraid I'm gonna have some post-divorce freak out and become some heroin addict. Or shoot everybody at school. Or, God forbid, lose my virginity. I don't know about Dad splitting that put Mom on hymen patrol. So, do you have a boyfriend?
Not these days.
Me neither. I did go out with this one boy, Josh, for like almost a year, but he was retarded. Are your parents still together?
They passed away.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. No,
Oh my God, I feel fucking terrible now.
it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Really.
God, okay. Close with them?
Yeah.
Another stupid question there, Gene. Real good. Wow. Like, were you
Not everyone is.
Yeah, right? So that's what I meant. Thank you. This is them.
That's their wedding photo.
Oh, that's so sweet. Their costumes are fantastic. You know, this is a very great room. Very, Night of the Hunter. This used to be my room when we'd come and stay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter to me, it's just a room. So, what are you reading?
Yes, Elliot. Your grandfather loaned it to me.
Grandpa's weird. Mom freaked when she got the call from Aunt Ivy this morning. Just like, freaked. I couldn't get her to calm down. And I've never seen her like that. It was weird. Well, I mean, I guess it's not weird that she freaked out like that, but to see your mom freak like that, like you've never seen her before, you know? And we're real close. Did you ever see your parents freak out?
They weren't really the type.
Yeah, right. So imagine if you did. Just one day see them, like totally lose their shit. You know what I mean? Just like, whoa. I like your necklace.
Thank you.
Did you make it?
My grandma.
It's a turtle, right?
Mm-hmm. It's my umbilical cord.
No, are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's kind of gross.
It's not unsanitary.
But why would you do that?
It's
Is it
a
some...
Cheyenne tradition.
Oh, you're Cheyenne. Okay. Like in that movie, Powwow Highway. Did you see that one?
When a Cheyenne baby is born, their umbilical cord is dried and sewn into this pouch. Turtles for girls, and lizards for boys. We wear it the rest of our lives.
Wow.
Because if we lose it, our souls belong nowhere, and after we die, they will walk the earth looking for where we belong.
Well, don't tell anybody about Mom and Dad splitting. They're kind of trying to play it low-key.
Forgot there was ever a time they published poetry in hardback. I forgot there was ever a time they published poetry at all.
I am not going to be able to sleep in this heat.
Wonder if this is worth something.
I'm sure it's not.
Never know. First edition, mint condition, hardback. Academy Fellowship. Wallace Stevens Award, right?
Huh?
This book was a big deal.
Wasn't that big a deal.
In those circles it was.
Those are small circles.
Dedicated to my Violet. Christ, I can't imagine the kind of pressure he must have felt after this book came out. Every word he wrote, he must have worried. Are they going to compare it to Meadowlark?
Did Jean go to bed?
Yeah, I think she just turned the light out. I guess at some point, though, you say the hell with it. You write what you think, what you feel. You don't worry about what they say. You know, for me...
Would you please
after
shut
the
up
third
about that fucking book?
What's the matter?
You are just dripping with envy over these 30 poems my father wrote back in the fucking 60s, for God's sake. Don't you hear yourself?
You're mistaken. I have great admiration for these poems, not envy.
Citing his list of awards.
I was merely talking about the value of the book.
My father didn't write again for a lot of reasons, but critical opinion wasn't one of them, hard as that might be for you to understand. I know how important that stuff is to you.
What are you attacking me for? I haven't done anything.
I'm sure that's what you tell Sissy, too, so that she can comfort you and reassure you. Oh, no, Billy, you haven't done anything.
What are you bringing that up for? What does that have to do with anything?
They're all just symptoms of your male menopause, whether it's you struggling with the creative question or screwing a girl who still wears a retainer.
Look, I'm here to be with you during a difficult time, but I'm not going to be held hostage while you attack me.
Sorry? I didn't mean to hold you hostage. You really should go then.
I am not going anywhere. I flew to Oklahoma to be with you, and now you are stuck with me. And her name is Cindy.
I know her stupid name. At least do me the courtesy of recognizing when I'm demeaning you.
Vi sure has a way of putting you in attack mode, doesn't she?
She doesn't have anything to do with it.
Don't you believe it? You feel such rage for her, you can't help but do some in my direction.
I swear to God, if you psychoanalyze me right now, I will skin you.
You may disagree with my methods, but you know I'm right.
Your methods? Well, thank you, doctor. But I actually don't need any help from my mother to feel rage.
You want to argue? Is that what you need to do? Why don't you pick a subject and let me know what it is, so I have a fighting chance?
The subject is me. I am the subject, you narcissistic motherfucker. I'm in pain. I need help.
Now I'm a narcissist. We're the products of a narcissistic generation, Barbara.
You can't do it, can you? You can't talk about me for 2 seconds.
You accuse me of being a narcissist. I try to talk about you. You accuse me of psychoanalyzing you.
You must understand that it hurts to go from sharing a bed with you for 23 years to sleeping by myself.
I am here now.
Men always say shit like that as if the past and the future don't exist. Do men really believe that here and now is enough? It's just horseshit to avoid talking about the things they're afraid to say.
I am not really keen on the notion of saying things to you that might hurt you right now.
Like what?
Don't.
No, what? Say it. You must realize there is nothing you can say that would hurt me any more than I'm already hurting. The damage is done.
I don't believe you. I think you get into this masochistic frame of mind that actually desires to hurt.
What?
Barbara, please. We have enough on our hands with your parents right now. Let's not revisit all this.
Revisit? When did we visit it to begin with? You pulled the rug out from under me. I still don't know what happened. Do I bore you? intimidate you, disgust you. No, is this just about the pleasures of young flesh, teenage pussy? No, I really need to know.
You need to know. You want to do this now. With your father missing, your mother crazy as a loon, our daughter 20 feet away, you want to do this now.
No, you're right. I'll just hunker down for a cozy night's sleep.
Barbara, this conversation deserves our care and our patience. We will both be in a better frame of mind when your father comes home.
My father's dead, Bill.
Mrs. Fordham.
What?
Barbara?
What?
Excuse me, it's Jonna.
What is it?
The sheriff is here.
What?
Turn the light on.
Oh,
The sheriff is here. Should I wake Mrs. Weston?
I don't know. Bill.
Better get her up.
What is going on?
The sheriff is here.
What?
Just go back to bed.
But why are the police here?
Sweetheart, I don't know. Sweetheart, just go back to bed, please.
Mrs. Weston? Mrs. Weston?
Mom, wake up.
Huh?
Wake up, the sheriff's here.
Did you call him?
No.
I didn't call.
Sheriff is here. You need to wake up and come downstairs.
Ines.
What?
Ines, they're broken.
Leave her. Leave her there.
What?
Come down here. Bill Fordham, Barbara's husband.
Hello. Hi, Barbara.
Oh, my God. I know you. Oh, my God. Dion.
Yes, ma'am. I'm afraid I have some bad news for you folks.
Hey?
We found your father. He's dead.
Oh, dear God.
I am sorry.
What happened?
We got a call from the Lake Patrol a few hours ago that Mr. Weston's boat was found washed up on a sandbar. We were planning to drag the lake this morning around that area, southeast, when we got another call. A couple old boys running jug lines in the cove hooked Mr. Weston and pulled him up.
Now, this time of night?
These guys run those lines early.
Drowning. That's how he died, from drowning?
Yes, sir.
Is there any chance, any possibility at all it might not be him?
Given the proximity of the boat to where the body was found, we're pretty sure it's Mr. Weston.
Right. Okay, so what happens? What do we do now?
I need a relative to come with me to positively identify the body.
To your station house.
No, sir, he's still at the lake.
Oh, my God.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
think I can do this. No.
I'll go. Can I do it? Can I go?
I need a blood relative, but if Barbara is the one to identify him, I suggest you come along.
No, Bill, I can't do it.
Honey, what choice do we have?
Well, I can do it. I'm a blood relative.
Oh, no, I'll do it. I
We have
will.
a few minutes to get ready.
Yes, sir. Barbara, I'm very sorry. This is the hardest part of my job, and to do it for someone you know, I'm just very sorry.
Barbara, what do you want to do about your mother?
Fuck it. I don't know. Fuck it. I'll go put on some clothes.
Gene, help your mother. Gene, I'll be right up. Is there any way to determine whether this was an accident or a suicide?
Well, there's really no way to tell.
Think. What's your guess?
Suicide. I would guess suicide, but the official cause of death is drowning, and that's the extent of it.
I understand.
Should warn you, that body has been in the water for 3 days.
Right.
I think you should try to prepare your wife if you can.
Prepare her.
What happens to a body? It's very bloated, it's an ugly color, and fish have eaten the eyes.
Christ. How do you jump in the water and choose not to swim?
I don't think you do unless you really mean business.
Choose not to swim.
What about Aunt Ivy?
We'll stop there, I guess, on the way back. Tell her. Oh, Christ, I have to call Karen, too. What the fuck am I doing with my hair? go out with that boy, that man.
What man?
Sheriff. In high school, it was my prom date.
You're kidding.
The day of the prom, his father got drunk and stole his car. Stole his own son's car, went somewhere, Mexico. Leon showed up at the door in this awful tuxedo, and he'd been crying, I could tell. And he confessed that he didn't have any way to take me to the prom. I just felt so awful. I told him we could walk about 3 miles. I busted a heel, and we both just got so sweaty and dirty, we gave up. Bought a 6-pack, broke into the chapel, and stayed up all night just talking and kissing. And now he's here telling me, it's just surreal. God, we can't tell the future. We would never get out of bed. Listen to me. Die after me, all right? I don't care what else you do, where you go, how you screw up your life, just survive. Outlive me, please.
My best?
Are you ready?
Hey, give me a second.
Oh. The story.
Hello, Violet.
Barely's back.
I beg your pardon?
Did some Beerly come home?
Ma'am?
Ah, here's a cig. Sig's. No, in architects. I'm in bottom of in hell. His master's voice. Yeah, good beat.
Yes, ma'am.
Barbara here?
He's upstairs.
Barbara, is the time enough? What's time?
It's about 5:45.
Barbara! And it could be. Oh, been in a good beat. Been in a music. Hellman on a sheriff. TJ's right. Done a 2 in school. Yeah, an arm and handle. Lost those thoughts from the days. The day. And Beverly lost, and you're here. And Barbara, and then you're here, and then you're here, and you're here, and you're here, and oh, you're here. Oh, God, you're